Welcome back, everyone, to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, and in this episode, we're going to be doing another movie commentary, specifically over what I define as a Christmas movie, the movie Collateral Beauty, starring Will Smith and Edward Norton.
Nice.
Now, despite the fact that I do qualify this as a Christmas movie, it's mostly due to themes and plot structure rather than anything that's directly presented in the movie. Consider this more a Christmas movie in the line of A Christmas Carol and/or more or less a Christmas Carol, to be perfectly honest. It's a very character focused, and this movie is more about exploring these characters and their character relationships with other characters in the movie than it is about exploring the virtues of Christmas as a holiday.
So it is definitely more like Die Hard than A Christmas Carol, which the latter, A Christmas Carol, is probably one of the most Christmassy movies ever made.
Mostly because every scene in that movie takes place and is about the Christmas season, whereas Die Hard, although it does take place during Christmas, isn't explicitly about Christmas.
And that the fat cop is singing "Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow" while a terrorist is falling out of a 26-story building right onto his front windshield. Ha.
Unfortunately, I still actually have a little bit of my cough remaining. I've got this like a 2x2 square centimeter of phlegm that just refuses to leave my throat. It is not nice.
Oh, we got about an hour and 45 minutes of commentary, including this introduction. We'll be well familiar with your phlegmatic dysfunction.
Yeah. All right then. So we are starting just as the blue Warner Brothers logo is coming up. If for those of you that have the ability to watch along, I don't know if Collateral Beauty is on any of the bigger streaming services. I assume it is because we live in the year 2024 and not the year 2011.
If there's a movie, somebody should be selling it.
Yeah. All right. We set, Mr. Cloud?
We are set. Are you all
are there
set
any
out
other
there?
questions? Do you have any other questions for me before we actually start?
Oh, I mean, you've already told me too much. Will Smith and Edward Norton sign me up.
All right, then. 3, 2, 1, press play. A very blue Warner Brothers background.
Do, 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 do.
Overbrook Entertainment. Lots of entertainment logos.
The season of hope.
Hey, Edward Norton.
Oh no. It's a company representative talking to his employees.
It is.
Very elf.
And title drop Collateral Beauty. We won't be seeing that again until the very end of the movie, but...
He got fat.
Edward Norton isn't that fat.
No, I mean, it is a hell of a thing to say because the last time I saw him, it was in one of his leanest roles of all time next to American History X.
Hey, Will Smith.
Keira Knightley.
Yeah, Keira Knightley's in this too. I don't remember which character she plays. I think she plays the very sad character, though.
Michael Pena. Wow, we got ourselves like an all-star cast for this.
Yep. No, although life is definitely about people, people make life much harder than it should be.
Yeah. Everybody should be a member of a network marketing community, just being an amplifier for other network marketers while being in yourself a network marketer doing network marketing. It's a thing of the future. I get it. I just personally don't buy it.
A man cannot be an island unto himself.
Yes, I'm starting to feel the
I'm
Christmas
not
theme.
entirely sure how much I fear death, though.
Well, we still got, as of recording this, you and I, being as physically old as we are, still got most of our lives ahead of us, so we don't really appreciate what that feels like.
Right.
Whereas Aldous Huxley had ascertained, or at least one of his characters did in Brave New World, is that religion is a thing that tends to creep up on people as they get older because of, basically the fear of death. uh,
Can you imagine setting up this chain of dominoes, Mr. Cloud?
well, I mean, Will Smith didn't do it himself, so once again, just like in V for Vendetta, that no, what's his name did not set up the dominoes himself. It was done by a team, and it took numerous labor hours in order to put this together. And I am always happy to see one of these appearing in a feature-length motion picture, especially one by Warner Brothers, one of the most successful publishers of films of all time, doing what is the equivalent of a YouTube clickbait video.
The thing is, narratively speaking, he did build this himself.
Yeah. Yeah, and his team watched him all do it from his desk, saying, "Oh, there he goes again. He's back at his dominoes, and someday he'll be done with those dominoes." After 6 years of work. No, actually, no, 3. So that's what he was doing in those 3 years. He was building those dominoes.
Actually, as we learn here, it took him a couple of days to build that.
Bullshit. Oh, six months. Okay, so 6 months is more plausible. Honestly, 3 years would be most appropriate.
So yes, I qualify this as a Christmas movie because it's themes, and most of it does take place around the Christmas season.
Time to sell off all the company. Fa la 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 la. Time for everyone
CEO is
to lose their
being
jobs.
depressed.
Fa la 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 la.
Trauma, tragedy, and time has not healed his soul, and it's making him worse.
Time to look at blue and orange. This is a memorable scene.
It's got polar bears made of snow.
Yeah. Some of the best films ever made, just put together just great images, sculpture, artwork, paintings. So it's funny. It's funny how many times the acting actually takes a backdrop to the scenes that they're in.
So did you go Christmas tree shopping this year, Mr.
I
Cloud?
mean, not personally.
Ah.
I did get a real Christmas tree for the first time in a long time, and honestly, it is pretty refreshing. Because putting out oxygen into the room. Guilty consciences going into the holidays. Looks like somebody's getting coal in their stockings right next to the divorce settlement. I am enlightened.
I do like the conflict that we have between the lower chairs here.
It looks like Will Smith will not be forced to work through Christmas.
Well, as the CEO of a major company, he works when he wants to. God damn it!
You see, people, it's so easy for you to say, yeah, his kid died. Parents put their whole lives into their children. He may never get over that for the rest of his life. Oh, and of course, video of babies.
I would qualify him as more of a toddler than a baby. When you,
Yeah, he looks very baby-like. He's cradled in arms and blankets. He's sleeping. He's not babbling. Santa Claus is watching. Of course it doesn't feel right. And of course I'm probably going to be bringing up Christmas references for the rest of the movie because it seems like every single scene of this movie has like a Christmas tree or a candy cane or ornaments.
or haunting memories.
Okay, so first characters explain that CEO is having internal struggle, and now the
We get to see what that internal struggle actually is.
thanks to flashback. Well, he's sweating through his sleep because he forgot that he's actually wearing 2 layers and bed sheets.
You're right. He is wearing 2 layers. Like I'm weird enough to where I go to bed with 1.5 layers on, but never 2, man.
I mean, for God's sakes, he lives in the city. I'm sure he has like a radiator. Yeah, see, there's the radiator against the wall back there.
Collection of pulp books.
Why? Why won't Santa Claus answer me?
Well, he's not writing to Santa, as we'll soon see, but he's writing to someone slightly more powerful than Santa.
Well, if there's any man who can help him, it's the man with the bag. And all I want for Christmas is my child again.
And maybe a better bike, because this one, has to be carried down the stairs. Will Smith ends up in a lot of large city movies.
I'm sure it resonates with him. He's pretty sure Will Smith was sure of who he was as a person and as an actor as of like 25 years ago. I think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was something of a transition for him, and it was after he left that show that he became more solidified and recognizable for the roles that he has been playing. Oh shit. Oh right, it's the Pursuit of Happiness. That's the movie that I'm thinking of. That also takes place in the city. That also places Will Smith in a humble position.
I Am Legend does as well.
Well, I Am Legend is even more of a humble position than The Pursuit of Happiness. Last Man on Earth.
Now, would you consider 7 pounds to be a humble position for him?
I did not see 7 pounds. We are getting to the bottom of his psychosis. He's writing a letter to Abstracts, Time, Rudolph, Tannenbaum. I know he's saying something, but I'm just so blinded by my greed, I cannot see it. You're right. We don't dismiss kids writing to Santa Claus as crazy. The mail system deals with it every single year. It's like, sir, can I talk to you for a second? I do believe that your 4-year-old is certifiably insane.
How can he live in a city without access to multimedia presentations?
No, he has media. There was a stack of books on his table. He reads. So you see that even in the darkness of this digital age apartment, stripped of all things modern and connecting, that there is still the solitary spark of genius. And he's meditating. I think.
No, grieving, but it looks like he's meditating.
See, this guy has got books everywhere. I mean, so far I noticed that these characters have been very convenient in telling us what's going on. I may have to mark it as a demerit on the movie that the movie is doing a lot more telling than show. It's doing a lot of showing. Don't get me wrong.
It does a lot of showing when it comes to Will Smith's character Howard, but
it's getting a little heavy on the telling.
Specifically from the other characters.
Exactly. Hey, I'm the landlord. You can call me Mr. Landlord. That bum doesn't pay his rent on time. I think he's having deep psychological trauma. Oh, Christmas tree, where
Everyone
is
likes a
the
jazzy
rent
Christmas tree
you
song.
owe to me? And if you don't pay up, I'll throw you out on your ass. Oh, Christmas tree,
Now, how much would you charge a Christmas tree rent?
Nuts. That's a difficult question, Mr. Gerda, because there's cleanup, there's regular watering, changing of said water, adequate sunlight, and oh boy, about 20 bucks a month. I would charge.
Ooh, that's really cheap.
But unfortunately, I would have to draw up a rental agreement, maybe a lease, get a signature from him. I mean, he could stamp and sap if he wants to at least acknowledge that he understands. He signed in pine needles. I think this could work out. Yeah, I've seen, who has not seen this scenario play out? Now the parent counterpart is having difficulty connecting with his kid because he's so far wrapped up in his job. Because I hate you because you're a philanthropist. Wow.
I thought philanthropy was a good thing, though, Mr. Cloud.
It's altruism. That's another discussion entirely. I mean, for God's sakes, it's a fucking Christmas movie. It's a season about giving things to people. I mean, I am right in thinking that that's his kid, right?
Yeah, that is his kid.
Okay, all right, because this is only my very first viewing of the movie. I'm just making sure I'm catching up. I mean, thankfully on the subject of showing, not telling, I'm glad that the color cues are telling me when an important scene is happening, since Will Smith is wearing an orange vest with his blue scarf. Some might call this an elevator speech.
Elevator pitch, Mr. Cloud, is what they would actually be trying to say and failing because he's not pitching anything.
Well, he's like, what? Why would you present a dearth of information to somebody? Is maybe you're trying to persuade them.
He's just trying to have a conversation, and Howard is just not having it. And, keep him abreast of where the company is. But Howard doesn't actually care right now.
I don't think he's going to be getting that business venture to go through. Although that man with the beard has a wonderful drumming career ahead of him.
I do not. I can, flick between my thumb and pinky quite nicely, but that's as far as I can get.
Find your sperm donor. The men in this movie are falling apart. Now the women are just saying, look, I don't need the man. Just give me the semen. Oh, there's Keira Knightley. So I was looking for you. Hits me in my wallet, and you've made my wallet very sad. Hold on to that thought. I'm going to talk to your boss real quick.
Well, Norton doesn't actually have access to her boss. And she's gone via teleportation.
Wait, come back. Wait, no, I did not just steal your idea. Come back. You can't sue me for this. Wait. Does not take long for IP theft to occur, we find.
It does not. Ugh. Instead of the one with the nice red dress, it's the one with the small red hat.
Really, the Hagel Theater?
Hagel Theater Company. So what play are they reciting here, Mr. Cloud?
No clue.
Are you sure it's not the Tempest?
It's an allegory. See, good films, as I ascertained, this is a good film. They don't put just any play in any place just because it's random and just fell on their lap. This play is here for a reason. Yeah, I'm about to lose my company. Do you want a job? Yeah, I'm sorry Pirates of the Caribbean didn't really work out for you, but, if you come back to my Hallmark card
come
company...
on. Pirates of the Caribbean worked out well for Keira Knightley, specifically the first two movies. At World's End is too goddamn long, and then she's gone from the rest of the series. But the first two movies did work out really well for her.
At World's End was kind of a sad send-off for one of the principal characters of the film.
Multiple sad send-offs, honestly.
Big city
lights. Now, I know the band that sings that, but I can't remember their name right now. Is that actually a Rush track?
No, it's definitely not Rush. Shit, man. I was gonna say Foreigner.
It's definitely not Foreigner. Foreigner goes with a much deeper vocalist than that.
It's definitely not Journey.
It's definitely not Journey.
Will Rocket Rabbit determine who sang Big City Lights? Tune in next week and find out.
Probably not.
This scene and much of the rest of the movie was brought to you by Apple.
Uh, I hope not, because this would actually be somewhat masturbatory for Apple to sponsor this.
I mean, their logo has appeared at least like 4 or 5 times by now. They still use DVDs. This movie's dated.
It's not that dated. I mean, DVDs are still very much a thing that can be used today. I know, because we usually end up using DVDs to watch Lord of the Rings over at Jonah's.
I mean, yeah, you can't ignore that there is a mountain of information just stored on these digital discs. That's why people continue to refurbish Victrolas and VCRs, is to acknowledge that there are some things that you simply cannot just replace just because the technology is obsolete. Shakespeare's clapping. Sesame Street.
Kind of, but this is actually the villain plot for the movie, so.
Puppets. It's brilliant. We just conduct the entire business interview, not as ourselves, but as puppets. It's genius. We remove ourselves from the discussion because we're fucking idiots, but they're going to attribute our stupidity to our faces.
I do think that this plan is pretty kick-ass, but he's doing this specifically for the betterment and safety of himself. So,
Listen, guys, we know you got nothing going on for you. You don't even have a date of opening your show. We're gonna took the words right out of my mouth.
bribing a theater troupe in order to do terrible, terrible things to a friend.
Hey guys, if we put enough money into this place, it could be a piece of shit.
She is too excited for this role, Mr. Cloud.
Well, because an actor's job is to present a story to a paying audience. Albeit, there are different usages for actors. Not all of them are just. We need Christmas.
Well, Christmas themes.
Suspense. Now I'm trying to determine which artist's logo does this silvery-haired lady have on her shirt right now.
It's probably Metallica.
I was going to say Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
It's definitely not TSO. It's got too many festive colors on it.
They can try. They're going to spend the entire rest of their touring careers trying to shed off the spirit of Christmas. They will forever in our hearts be known as a Christmas band. Love, death, and time.
Yep.
The ghosts of Christmas past, present, and Christmases yet to come. For further reference, you should read up on The Man Who Invented Christmas, a series of literary commentaries on Charles Dickens' work.
Or Blacklands Region semi-recently, put out a special about early aviation that focuses on the life and actions of a man named Dr. Christmas.
Dr. Christmas.
He was a fraudster. It's a very entertaining watch. It's a bit long, but it's very entertaining.
A PhD in ho ho ho. Paper Tiger. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night. Blow, yada, 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 fearful symmetry.
They are rehearsing for their roles, Mr. Cloud.
And so is he.
Yeah. Howard rides his bike a lot.
It's a pretty high up bridge he was riding on. Right. Three actors and three letters. And three ghosts of Christmas. I'm following so far.
Hence why I draw the correlation to Christmas Carol.
Oh, it's inescapable. The Trinity is ubiquitous in Christmas, of course, because you can't say Christmas without Christ. So let me guess. The silvery-haired lady represents death.
Yeah. They went through each of the roles. Our younger black kid is going to be time, and Keira Knightley is going to be love.
Oh my God, that is like, if that is not like actually trite, that is borderline trite.
It is actually quite trite to have the old white lady be Death, but Death takes on a lot of different forms to a lot of different people, Mr. Cloud.
Right, just as love is a white woman and time is the representation of Will Smith's younger black self.
I didn't make that correlation, but I'm glad you did.
I'm actually a bit sad that I did, but I'm glad it made you feel better.
Ice Papa Dogs!
Yay.
Unfortunately, he is choosing to not interact with the Papa Dogs.
This montage is
well, the montage is over, Mr. Cloud.
And here comes the first ghost of Christmas.
Oddly enough, we're starting at the end of the chain, but
Oh, wow. All right, this movie just took a nosedive into the weird, but then again, it was telling us that this is what it was coming to the whole time. Don't shake hands with death. Don't shake hands with death.
Why not?
All right, that's very good. That's very good. The first step to life is do not shake hands with death. See, he's on the right course. He said Scrooge to the ghost of Marley.
Hag.
What? What? So what? Did they bring in even more actors, or was that just?
Yes. Yeah. They brought in the. They brought in specifically the private investigator and apparently her kid in order to actually freak Howard out slightly more.
Oh, and she loves it.
Yeah. Grandson, not kid. My bad.
And then she improvised. Isn't it wonderful how some of movie and real life's best moments occur spontaneously?
Yep. A nurse that doesn't want to deal with this shit anymore.
Looks like somebody could use a little more Christmas spirit. You know, the thing is that I mean, after seeing a movie that also was based on a this movie was probably not based on a it might have been based. It's based on writings. I don't know if those writings necessarily are based on a true story. That it is important, as I have learned and gotten wise to the lessons, not to give people, whether they're adults or their children, don't give them false hope.
Right.
If a child is terminally ill, they should be, preparing to die.
And the parents also need to be preparing for that.
Yes, because to instill false hope would actually put them in an even worse situation.
Hey, Howard.
America, it's Christmas time, let's all gather together.
We'll talk about our lost children and grieve in groups of 10.
You should all come to Macy's and buy our Black Friday deals.
Those expired 2 months ago, so your coupons are now void.
All right, we are officially terrible commentators now.
We are very terrible commentators.
Making fun of America
I'm worse
the
than you,
Beautiful.
though, so there.
Yes, you are. You are the lesser of two evils. Yes, we get it. This is taking place in a little town called America.
Yeah, America Land. Imperial America Land, as it turns out.
Commercial America Land. And he's followed out by 1, 2, and 3. No,
4.
there's a fourth person, but they were delayed. That doesn't count.
Ah.
But it was another trio.
We're setting up something here, but I'm not allowed to spoil what it is.
We're setting up Keira Knightley. Because because a loving relationship begins with an introduction. The struggle is real.
Very real.
Where is my mind?
I left it on the playground.
Where is my mind?
Cycle away from your problems, Howard. They will eventually stop chasing you.
Oh my God, he's going back to the dominoes.
He is going back to the dominoes. At least he's cleaning up his mess.
This is getting worse. If it gets drastic, he's going to set a world record. This
I don't understand how you can build a skyscraper style building out of dominoes, Mr. Cloud.
You'd be surprised at the things that people can build with dominoes.
Very surprised.
Now the ghosts are arguing amongst
themselves.
themselves.
No, Death. You can't play all three ghosts.
No, past is not important. Present is the most important. Papa and present. Future is the most important. What is the future without the past? I must also applaud this movie so far for the almost... I don't think there's been a single computer-generated image in this entire film so far. Except of course for the intro, the intro and the opening in the opening product and publisher credits was that was CGI, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Much money, very much money.
So, how far would you go to hide your illness from your significant other, Mr. Cloud?
I tend to wear my emotions on my sleeve, Mr. Gardette.
This isn't an emotional health issue. This is a physical health issue.
Well, I mean, for God's sake, I mean, if I'm walking with a limp, of course there's something wrong with me. You know what I mean?
But it's not physically presenting as that. Like, the only physical symptom that he actually has is his cough.
Okay, so you cough and you say, okay, I am indirectly telling you that I have something that's causing me to cough. So no, I would not be able to hide a physical infirmity from my significant other for basically any amount of time. It would just be self-evident.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Hey, time.
Yep. Gentlemen, be very, very careful. We reinforce these tables with glue and with weights. If you step around too much or we have to do too many takes, you're going to knock down the dominoes and fuck it all up for all of us. And then there comes a point where actors become inadvertently implicated in injury, psychosis, accidents, fistfights. It's why prank videos on YouTube have kind of fallen by the wayside, because those too involved actors who were implicating people who were not actors. Because in this particular case, Howard is not an actor, but the other guy is.
Right.
All right, so now he's starting to buy it.
Don't knock over the dominoes.
No, my creation. Well, thankfully you didn't hit the other ones too. But now you guys better be damn sure that you got this in. I mean, I notice actually that they're not showing any shots of the domino set, leading me to believe that they were predicting ahead of time that if they had to reset the dominoes, or worse, if they had to take the other one down, then they had some insurance.
Yeah. No, that is literally how we perceive time. Time doesn't actually, time as far as we know, doesn't actually go like that.
That time as an abstract is objective. Time as an experience is subjective.
Yeah.
Well, at least in the midst of his deep trauma episode, that he is still eating after all, even if he will just leave while Keira Knightley enters. Food so generously left for him to just rot on his front doorstep. While his landlord says, "What the fuck? I gotta clean up this deadbeat's garbage." It's like, all right. Hold on a minute, Link. God damn it, old man.
I don't want a second life. I want my old life back, damn it.
So now, because Kiara is the third actor to enter, she's the one who's breaking the act because she never agreed with the idea in the first place.
Right.
And she also had the shortest performance.
And now we decide to devote ourselves entirely to the play.
The show must go on. You see all these seats? We gotta fill them with paying customers. Huh. Hey, you hear that, guys? We're gonna be in a movie.
Mm. Yeah, we're trying to make him better forcefully.
Yeah, I was trying to woo her, so she got me drunk, and I said a bunch of stuff about the company. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I fucked this all up.
Mm. Why is it that people have this tendency of not taking care of their chairs after a meeting?
Well, somebody's got to put the folding chairs away because
They
folding chairs.
do, and usually like growing up as a kid, we were usually told that if you sat in the chair, you were supposed to be the one to take care of it.
Damn right. I mean, the chairs don't just require themselves; they need asses. And if you don't put your chair away, I'm gonna kick your ass.
$7 a week, Mr. Cloud. Could you function on that?
What, sleep?
Yeah, 7 hours of sleep a week.
Hey, man, the necessities of life to me are in my own life are precious. People will say what they want, saying, "Oh, I only get 3 hours of sleep a night," or "Oh, I didn't get any sleep last night." That works for you. Just that's not a requirement for all that we endure the same amount of self-deprivation as you just because you're comfortable with it. I like to eat. I like to sleep.
Food and sleep are very good things.
These are things that I enjoy doing because I don't have a self-loathing complex. Well, of course you do. It's Keira Knightley. She just talked to you at the...
I want to know what love is. I want you to show me.
She lives on Love Street, lingers long on the Love Street. She wrote him a letter, hoping that he would get better.
There are fish hooks in this movie, Mr. Cloud.
I'm sorry, fish hooks?
Yes, there are fish hooks.
What is a fish hook?
I'm not going to explain it.
Well, then I may just have to dismiss it as more gurdetology.
Okay, then.
All right. I mean, I know what a hook is. I know what a fish is. I know outside of his context what a fish hook is. But I just don't know what a Gerdat fish hook is.
Hey, he was not a thug.
The dominoes are, I mean, the dominoes that time took down, there I go, speaking allegorically without even mentioning it. We haven't seen a shot of the pile of fallen dominoes. Not since...
Oh, no, he rebuilt those off screen.
I haven't seen them on screen yet, though, so how do I know this is true?
For the record, taking you in place of your daughter would have been very detrimental for your daughter's development.
I gotta say, I have not been brought this close to tears watching a Christmas movie since Home Alone 1.
Did you actually see all of the Home Alone franchise?
I saw up to Home Alone 3.
I forget if it's 3 or 4 that actually has the military secret subplot going through it. I
That's
think it's 4.
No, that's I'm pretty sure it's 3 where like the kid gets he gets like he gets military technology as a Christmas present because it went to the wrong place, and then people are trying to get it back, but the kid won't let him have it because he's a Macaulay Culkin allegory. I keep
And it has a lot of remote control cars.
Exactly. And then hijinks ensue. On your original question, I think there are 4 Home Alone movies.
I want to say there's 4.
Because after that, they decided, the 3 didn't really do that well. 4 definitely did not do that well because people realized it was just going to be another 3. Lost in New York hoped that it could have done as well as Home Alone 1, but Home Alone 1 set a box office record that was not broken for like over a decade.
Really?
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
I did not know that Home Alone 1 was that fucking successful.
It was the at the time, 1990. Home Alone was the single highest grossing film of all time, including
Wait a minute, you said a decade? Titanic comes out before 2000, doesn't it?
Okay, so 7 years. So 7 years. So Home Alone 1, starring Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, and also a cameo by John Candy, held the box office record for 7 years, which is a pretty long time given today's standards.
More flashbacks, Mr. Cloud.
Oh, this is a flashback?
Yep.
But it's supposed to be foggier, though, because the last time we had a flashback
We
scene...
have plenty of fog here.
I mean, out of focus is not... Okay, maybe out of focus is fog. Okay, now I know it's a flashback, because then it jumped back to the conversation. See, that's what happens when people take their eyes off the screen so they can check the time on their watch, drink some soda, have some popcorn, or just return from the bathroom. They come back and they don't know what the hell's going on.
Bathroom breaks are very important, though.
Oh, that's... Why do they sell drinks at movies? So they can get you to watch the movie again so you could see the moment that you lost.
Title drop.
Beauty as collateral. A banking term. As in beauty as leverage? I mean, I'm getting something. I just want to be sure I'm getting the right thing.
Nah, you're not. Beauty as leverage is not what we're referring to. We're referring to beauty as an experience.
As an experience, not just a beautiful thing.
Right.
That beauty manifests as you experience it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Christmas after all, so I'll let it slide. Ah, another title drop. Thank you. So I missed the first one.
Of course there is. That spaghetti with meatballs is a great substitute for your feelings.
I really want that spaghetti and meatballs now. Making fun of a tender scene. Just one of many gifts we can offer you during the holidays at Rocker Rabbit Commentaries on YouTube.
I thought he called that cab for himself.
Well, somebody better take this damn cab. Thank you. Because, we take it for granted that we have a mail service. UPS, FedEx, the goddamn U.S. Postal Service. It takes people to make these things happen. And people don't just subsist on you saying thank you. You have to pay them.
Yeah.
But we can't do this without love.
I like how she's being very taciturn with her principles here.
I mean, you think that this could have come out when the guy said, like, "Can I kiss you?" Like, can I give you the most platonic kiss ever delivered from one person to another?
Oh, come on. That's not fair.
Well, now I can tell that it's warming up to being comedy, because at the end of every comedy, all the men and all the women are in bed with each other.
Oh, this isn't a comedy, though, to be perfectly honest. This is a drama.
Well, I'm talking about the classical the classical definition of comedy, which is predicated on having a happy ending.
Mm. It's a handshake deal, though. Important to legal documents, Mr. Cloud.
The board could call your competency into question. Message received. Crumples up letter. It's more to life than dominoes, after all.
Yeah, there's also bikes and taxi cabs.
So you got to give the man credit. I mean, he bikes to and from work every single day. He doesn't drive, and then occasionally he gets harassed by a skateboarder. Ooh,
Ouch.
see what was I just talking about? Is that now the actors are getting hurt? No, this guy's good. He says, "Yeah, you're gonna slap me in the face. I can keep this going all day long, buddy."
Dude, don't leave your bike! And for the record, time did not actually take her.
And yeah, that's not an endearing thing you want to show the board of directors, is you yelling at and then destroying someone else's property.
Except they're not gonna see. They're gonna see the property, but they're not gonna see the dude.
talking about time. It just keeps getting better and better. Do you guys have to come on the heels of each other? Like, give the man a chance to breathe.
What if there are crocodiles on the other side?
I notice there's something special about people is that not everybody can like have a break between like saying something which is connected to a thought, and then that break persists for about like let's say 20 to 30 seconds, and then as soon as you have an opportunity to reestablish communication, you pick up right where you left off. Not everybody can do that. I notice it takes a special kind of person to do that.
I'm with Howard here.
Like good, good. Dylan Thomas.
And we shouldn't send you skateboards.
If just by the way, if anybody sees me singing "Row, row, row your boat" to, well, anybody really, whether it's a child, a classroom, or a grown lady, then it may not look too good. Just convenient for this scene is that this actress is like three shits to the wind right now. Oh, acapella.
I am with Howard on that, though. People attempting to console you after a major personal death and tragedy. It makes sense for them to want to do that, and it makes sense for you to receive that. But my God, does it feel terrible at the time?
Oh yeah, it's just I totally get it, but that's the number one challenge of therapy is the therapist is usually in a better place in life than the person to whom they're administering the therapy. That's why the therapy is necessitated in the first place. So here, the letter writer is finally getting to, switch from written communication to oral communication. I'm sorry. I'm starting to get vibes of Inception. Do you feel that?
I've not seen Inception, to be perfectly honest. But
that's a good one.
But the big thing that I know about Inception is that it has a lot of mindfuck elements in it, and yet at the same point, most of the mindfuck elements are tied to its visual production. So I don't know. I don't see this as being. I see this as being significantly more deep than Inception is, to be perfectly honest, because this is, addressing what it is to be human after a tragedy, what it is to attempt to rescue someone from the pits of tragedy, and going about it in a very specific way that is very painful for all parties involved.
I agree that this movie is much more true to life than Inception and should definitely be taken as such. That's why I'm not going to go into details as to the more intimate plots of Inception, especially if you haven't seen the movie.
They're dream divers. They do terrible things to each other.
Okay, well, now that you said that, I'll say one more thing. Inception is a movie that you watch it once. You say, oh, I want to watch it again. And then you watch it a second time. You realize that 5 hours of your life has been drained away. And you realize, I think I'm all done with Inception. What the hell? How did...
Video editing, Mr. Cloud. Oh, they even deleted the skateboard.
So... What... Because he was treating him as an abstract, he also can neither confirm nor deny the existence of a person to whom he was talking to.
Right.
Huh. So they are in every conceivable way using his delusions against him.
Yes.
And here we see the three terrible persons and the judge, who we treat as God. That all right, come on. I mean, you would have to be a Hollywood video editor to put that together, because you can't you okay, so a video is a series of images. So in every single one of those images, all 1,000 of them, there had to be something in place of the person that he was talking to. But if that information does
I
not
want to know
exist,
how they got that one specifically, his second conversation with Death, because she is standing in front of him right there.
exactly. It's not possible. The only way they could have done that is they retook the scene and they overdubbed the audio that we heard in the movie.
Right.
That some businesswoman with a cell phone with no editing training, or unless she grew up making videos on Windows Movie Maker. No, even then, it's not, I don't buy it. I don't believe in Santa Claus. I don't believe that lady put that video together in that format. It just can't be true. It's not.
I do like this scene, to be perfectly honest, because Howard finally gets to address all of their personal stories that are going on as well.
I do love this about 90-minute movies is we've been talking about this scene. We've been building up anticipation to this scene for the past 75 minutes, and now it's finally coming to pass that this is what it's all been coming down to: the final confrontation between Howard and the board of directors.
That's his name, Whitman. You've got a daughter. She's alive. Go spend time with her, you jackass. I mean, he said it better than I did, but yeah.
I mean, they're doing a lot of good saying, good saying, good tears. I mean, it's just this what a marvelous series of performances here. By the ring on my finger and the wife I still have, I am sorry.
Mm. And this is where we get this particular bomb dropped.
Uh, Waiting. Tick, tick, tick.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I missed the part.
Okay, Howard put a bunch of stock, a bunch of the stock of his company in a trust in his daughter's name. By refusing to sign that particular paper, he was holding on to the fact that she it was technically, at least in a small part, still alive. He's finally accepting that she's dead and she can't come back.
I see.
It's a narrative device, Mr. Cloud.
That's a rather unique expression of acceptance.
Kind of, sorta. And when you've been around the block as long as I have, when it comes to more sappy media, you tend to see it happen quite a bit. And that's why you're supposed to keep cups in your bathroom, Mr. Cloud.
Yeah, helps helps you keep your toothbrush clean. It's like you do not want to kiss me right now. Not on the lips. If you want to kiss me on the cheek, then that's okay. But definitely not on the mouth that I was just puking out of.
Spend time with your loved ones this season, folks. Your loved ones are not promised.
Have yourself a merry little seminar. This scene brought to you by Apple.
I'm kind of sad that we don't actually get more of these testimonials about the support groups dying kids.
Now, as I understand, this is the better of the two states that we've seen. Is we had spent the movie in the pre-acceptance stage with Howard. Now we're in the post-acceptance stage.
Yeah.
Well, Howard, if CEO work is not your forte, you definitely have a career in domino stacking ahead of you.
No, you can't get paid for domino stacking, Mr. Cloud.
Yes, you can.
All right, explain how.
Who do you think set up those dominoes for the like 2 or 3 domino scenes we had in this movie? That was a professional domino setting team. And I'm not talking one person. I mean a team of people. So the number of hours multiplied by the number of people working on it simultaneously equals a big bucks. I mean like 5 figures just for like each of those shots.
Yes, you can still adopt kids, Claire. Or maybe it was true and false. Why do things have to exist have to exist in a separated dichotomy? Why can't they be both of these things? We perceive time as linear. That doesn't mean it exists as linear. Yeah, no.
Well, the re-experience of memories certainly can muddy the line between present and past. So Whitman is trying.
Yes.
Walt Whitman. Because I was wondering, like, okay, we've been in Christmas land for at least a couple weeks. So did this
Like a week, to be perfectly honest. This actually goes really quickly.
on the first day of Christmas? Christmas lights were everywhere. Oh, sorry, I just got done puking. Have to excuse my breath. Do you have any Tic Tacs?
And that's why you're supposed to tell your significant others about your physical conditions. Because usually they end up knowing any goddamn way. great grandpa.
It is an honor that not many people get to experience. I am actually pleased, now that you mention it, that Bisnona was very proud. And that was a very, very cool video that my family made.
I don't know, man. Corpses are pretty dead if you look, or regardless of which way you look at them.
I think this corpse is dead.
All right, are you ready for the big twist of the movie, Mr. Cloud?
A twist? What? Like,
Yes.
I mean, I'd say the biggest twist of the movie that could come at this point is that his daughter actually is still alive.
No, his daughter is definitely dead.
Okay, so the second biggest twist is... Baby,
She has a
it's
lot of flowers in her house, dude.
outside.
And a lot of books in this bookcase.
They have a lot in common. They both read.
That is a thing in common. And, well, two things in common, really.
They dig each other.
Okay, that's three things in common.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful. But so's my daughter's artwork.
Hey, she was 6 at the time, okay?
Bup, 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 bum. There's a nutcracker on the chimney right above the stockings, but Howard's face is blocking it, so we can't see the nutcracker and all this little chomping nuts. Now it's out of focus while the characters keep going.
Here we go, Cloud.
Yeah, I feel that. That's definitely very twist ending. So in a way, she was in on it too.
She wasn't in on it. She's, in fact, an entirely separate thing, but,
Amateur actor. I got a good job for you. I know a theater company. Bunch of bums renting out space and talking to themselves in front of empty seats under a chandelier. You'll make good money in time. Just not right now.
I don't know how the fuck she got this tape, but,
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the tape, isn't it?
yes, this is the tape.
Well, but so
And there we go.
so what? She's the mother of his daughter?
Yep.
But how did what? Because of sperm donations?
No. actually had a normal relationship prior to hand. One of the smaller plot points is the note that she just handed him was actually him delivering it to her originally.
But was it because he was overcome with delusion that he just didn't realize it?
No, I'm pretty sure he did realize it, but he did. I'm not entirely sure if he knew that she was hosting the events.
Huh. Well, I gotta say, I did not see that coming somehow.
I also did not see it coming until it actually happened. The pieces to it are actually all over the movie when these two characters are on screen together. But yeah, I like this twist a lot. To be perfectly honest, it hit me really fucking hard that time. The first time I watched this.
This definitely takes the cake for the feelsiest Christmas
And
movie
this is
I've ever
why
seen.
he likes dominoes, because he was trying to teach her how to do it, and she wasn't the best at it, but damn was she enthusiastic.
And so these dominoes will stand in time immemorial. For our
Except they
former
fall over on their own because we have to do that.
It was time. Causality. Impetus.
A light gust of breeze.
Or was it fate?
It was all these things and more, Mr. Cloud.
So many dominoes.
So fucking many dominoes.
Okay, alright. See, that shot right there is very telling that was done by a team.
And another flashback.
Well, this is the same flashback. It's just now they're going to elaborate on it.
Yep.
This is her getting the news that her daughter passed away.
Slightly after.
Oh, slightly after. Hello, Death.
Title drop.
The third one.
Yes. At least I think it's the third one. And now, we get to the most confusing scene in the movie for me.
Are the ghosts all going to get together and say, "Wow, what a happy couple. We did good,
Kinda,
everybody."
sorta.
That's a wrap, everybody. Great job.
Hi, ghosts.
Called it.
And
But there's nobody there. Oh no, there is somebody there. Say, who are you talking to? Nobody.
teleportation.
Is that not what actors do for us? Is they bring us closer together with their mastery of
Actors usually don't have magic teleportation powers. So yeah, I am confused by this because up until this point, the movie has had no supernatural elements, and then all of a sudden, apparently, the ghosts are actually supernatural.
No. That was symbolic of
That is symbolically
Howard,
him, having a minor hallucination, but
that it was Howard's experience, but that alone suffices because of what it did for him and his relationship with his long lost love.
yeah, it's a very nice looking bridge too.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
So that was Collateral Beauty, a movie that I enjoy, and I honestly kind of wish that I could actually rotate it into my normal Christmas viewing. I think that Will Smith is actually a very powerful actor in it. I like that Edward Norton is here, even though he's primarily the villain in the movie. Kate Winslet is actually a very famous person in this movie too. So, I like Simon's story a lot, to be perfectly honest. How far he attempts to go to hide his illness and still keep trying to live a normal life. Like, it feels like something that I would try and fail to do myself. I find myself I find myself enjoying a lot of the individual aspects of this movie. As they get pieced together and become collateral beauty. Aha, aha, aha.
Yeah.
I I have a little bit of the issue with the soundtrack in that I don't recognize most of it, but a lot of the backing instrumental pieces still work very well for this, and really do the emotional manipulation that they're trying to go for.
This strikes me as the kind of movie that my teacher would show her literature class. Like, this is a story. This is an allegory. Oh, tell me if you can spot the theming.
And how many people in that? How many students in that class would actually be able to tell what the twist is?
Well, no, that's a twist ending. I mean, there probably is like a textbook lesson in there too. As you know, what is a twist? What constitutes a twist? What is expectation? How do you create expectation? Just a class about storytelling elements just in time for the holidays. Like, for example, like, oh, you're not gonna be graded on this. It's just, we're just gonna relax. We're gonna ease you into vacation mode because you're only in school 3 days this week. We're gonna watch this movie, and we're gonna take a little mock quiz on it, and we're gonna see how well you do. And at the end of it, whether you do well or bad, you're gonna have a good holidays.
Now, who wants cookies and soda?
Me.
So, did you enjoy this movie, Mr. Cloud?
I did. I mean, I understand if you would like to include this in your regular holiday movie rotation. Me, it needs a touch more laughter. Needs a touch more of that spark of like spontaneous joy that comes from like telling a joke or watching Joe Pesci get his head set on fire by a blowtorch.
I definitely can see that, but that's not what this movie specifically is about. This movie is more about trying to survive and recover through great tragedies. And even though we don't have scores upon scores of damages, deaths, and destruction in here, the great tragedies are internal, personal, and currently happening to these people. So. I will say that Kate's personal tragedy is, something that I can't really I can't really identify with or relate to because I'm never going to have that problem. But oh well. I enjoy this movie a lot. I personally think that if you're in the mood for a Christmas watch, this is definitely a movie you can and or should consider.
I agree that I think that this is I struggle to say the word must see, more like give it a shot kind of thing. If you decide not to see this movie, it's okay. I would say Elf is a must see Christmas movie.
I wish I liked Elf. I grant that Elf is a must see Christmas movie, certainly, but I wish I liked Elf. I don't actually like Elf.
Well, it is Christmas, and everybody enjoys the holidays their own way. And oh boy, do the characters in this movie certainly have enjoyed Christmas in their own way.
Yeah, I didn't get to listen to all that much TSO this Christmas, which is something I usually do.
Evil Christmas music.
Evil Christmas
Evil
music.
Christmas music.
All right, everyone. This has been us going over, doing a Rocket Rabbit commentary over Collateral Beauty. I enjoy it. Cloud enjoys it. You might enjoy it too.
Yeah, we thank you all for listening in on our commentary over Collateral Beauty.
All right, everybody. Be safe.
Happy holidays, y'all.